As I leave, my impressions of Burundi are that it's a place where certain issues that are topical on the global stage are very evident. We see, just like a number of other African countries, the macroeconomic situation is challenging. For many countries, post-COVID, balancing the books continues to be a challenge. And this is a challenge also for ourselves as United Nations Population Fund in our advocacy and influencing of the national government in relation to spending more money on the social sectors. The government of Burundi already spends 8% of its budget on health issues. We are advocating and pushing that they get to 15% as the target set in the budget declaration. But we know that this is a challenge with competing needs of the population. In addition, they have a very clear and present issue in respect of the demographic dividend. This is a country where the majority of the population, like many other countries in East and Southern Africa, is young. Under 35 years old is the majority of the population. And we need to make sure that we are increasing access for young people with opportunities to be economically productive. But to do that, they also need to get a good quality education. So education becomes the necessary fundamental, particularly for the girl child, to protect against the other challenge they face, which is also common to many countries in East and Southern Africa, of high teenage pregnancies. The fertility rate in Burundi is still on the high side, despite the efforts that have been put to reduce it over the years, as is maternal mortality. Therefore, we need to continue to push in those areas to see real progress. We know that that progress will also benefit on the issue of the demographic dividend, because this is a country which is challenged in terms of land mass against the population size. Lastly, the other issue that was very evident is climate change. These are the countries where we need to really make visible the impacts of climate change. The rivers, this is the Great Lakes region. Lake Tanganyika continues to rise in terms of river levels, flooding streams and other rivers in the country, displacing thousands of fishing communities, and I had an opportunity to visit some of them in Muvimbi. This causes major challenges for the government to meet its development needs, and I think this is a clear and present issue where the international community still needs to invest and support. As we know, Burundi, like many other African countries, are not the emitters of most of the carbon that is a problem and causing the rising temperatures, but they are the most impacted by climate change. So the issue of droughts and flooding are very real. UNFPA will continue to support, and we also call on all others to come around the table to support the Ministry of Health to ensure that the population of Burundi has what it needs. So it's been an interesting visit. I've enjoyed all aspects of it. My lasting and abiding hope resides in the young people. We met amazing young people, from the young people who are community mobilizers in urban, peri-urban areas, to the young people in the internally displaced camps who are taking part in economic empowerment activities such as donut making, bread making, and selling that at the markets. To young people who are educating other young people through the organizations and innovations they've come up with on issues of sexual and reproductive health information, and also access to services and their rights. And to even the interns in our own offices of UNFPA Burundi from the various universities and colleges of Burundi, who are just an amazing and bright visionary resource for the country. So all in all, I have a great deal of hope for the future of Burundi. And I said this in my meetings with both the President and most of the ministries that we met, health, gender, education, and also interior, and representing the Minister of Finance, as well as the governors that we had the opportunity to meet. I wish Burundi well and look forward to coming again for another visit in the future.